Alright, what's going on, crypto fam? So, today, market's red, the charts are bleeding, everything's horrible as far as trading goes, so it is a great day to go ahead and make videos, sit back, learn. Best thing to do sometimes is sit on your hands, and the best time to, there's always a good time to not trade, you know what I mean? Not trading is trading. Not trading is making a choice to sit on your hands and make sure you're not wasting money essentially, and wait until the market conditions are proper to go ahead and actually get in and extract the most values that you can out of it. So today actually we're going to go ahead and do a video on crypto narratives. I'm going to start off by what is a crypto narrative? Essentially, crypto is fueled by narratives and community. Narratives could be I don't know, like Pepe, you know what I mean? Someone comes out with Pepe, and then there's, purple Pepe, and there's small Pepe, and there's big Pepe, and there's, jail Pepe, and all these other Pepes that come out. So essentially when you see a bunch of things like that, that's your crypto narrative. A lot of times it starts by one token running, okay? So we're going to go over some here, and I'll kind of give you show this example again. But for a minute there, jail stool, David Portnoy's thing. Someone came with jail stool, and it's basically a mix on bar stool mixed in the jail thing, because he is I wouldn't say potentially, he is using his popularity to go ahead and make money off of people that are stupid enough to follow him and ape in after him, or copy trade his wallet for that matter. But that became a big crypto narrative, and then you've seen all these other jail ones that came out, all these jail Trump and jail whatever. So that's essentially a crypto narrative. And then all the other ones, the smaller ones, like jail Trump, jail Elon, jail whatever the hell you want to call it, those are beta plays. Those are not the original, not the main runner, the one that makes huge X's. And you want to get into the big one, okay? You want to get into the big one, but you can make a lot of money off the betas too. So what we're going to do today is we're going to go over a few platforms and how to find, essentially the trend. The market's kind of crappy, so it's not going to be the best and easiest to go ahead and spot. Sometimes you don't even spot a trend, because sometimes there really isn't too much of a trend going. And a lot of times when the market's crappy like this, that's when there's not a trend going. So let's go ahead and let's go look at some narratives. We're going to start out. Let's go ahead and start out with GMGN. It's always a tongue twister. The best way I like to start out looking at crypto narratives on any platform is under trending. Okay, so trending 24 hours usually is what I look at. We can kind of look down here. This is on BNB, of course, because we're using GMGN. So, Fort Knox, this one went pretty good. Binky, let's see. We're just going to kind of look down. Actually, best thing to do, 24-hour volume. Sort by that. Okay. So we had 4 Pi, BNXBT, Broccoli, BNXBT. Looks like we had a copy that came out a day later that is doing actually really good. Fist, Broccoli. The Broccoli narrative is still kind of big. CZ released a picture of a dog that he was gifted or something, and he named it Broccoli. So you can kind of tell Broccoli narrative is pretty strong. So Broccoli, 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 and you want to get into the main one. So you would want to get into this one here most likely. This is the one that is running, and then we'll go ahead and pull up the other ones too, just to kind of take a peek here. Baby Broccoli, which is a beta play. Generally what I do, you want to get on the main one, okay? If there's something that's running really, really good, and you're like, oh my god, it's at, a mil, it probably still has a way to go. You can still make money off of that. You might not make those huge X's like when you first get in, and has a lot to do with just monitoring the market, being in the market, spending time looking at it, hearing people talking, seeing the narrative. Sometimes you'll go ahead and be like, hey, you know what, that Broccoli token looks pretty good, but it's running pretty good already. And then you go ahead and find out that there's baby Broccoli, and there's purple Broccoli, and there's small Broccoli, and there's all these other Broccolis coming out. That Broccoli play might still have some gas in it, you know what I mean? So we'll go ahead and look at this one, for instance. That's a 1-hour chart. Let's kick it down to let's put it down to 5 minutes. Still pretty big for a 4-day chart. Let's go ahead and come back. Alright, so you look here, Broccoli first pump. Mind you, this is 5 minutes, so if you would have got in here, that would have been, of course, the greatest to get in, like, bonding, pre-bonding, up in that, below 80 range. So it would have cooked up to like 40 mil. Hopefully you would have your initials out by then. And then at that point, once you got your initials out, you can let it drop and just ride it because it's just all profits at that point. However, if you know it's going to do a big correction like this, the best thing to do is sell off at the top. When you see it starting to come down, like when I was seeing this red candle, I probably would have bounced, waited for it to come down, waited to see a green candle, and then the next green candle maybe got back in. But so you get in there, and around all this time, this thing's popping off, this thing's still going. We're at 100 mil. Okay, so you get into 80,000, up to 100 mil, you are sitting really nice. This one absolutely rocketed though, so you didn't have too much time to get in. But you go ahead and get back in, like I said, this second candle here, we'll say 30 mil, and you can still ride up 300. That's another 10x. You know what I mean? So you could have took like some huge gains on the first pump, took some huge gains on that pump. You could take gains all around here, depending on if you want to scalp or not. Generally, what I do when I get into tokens like this is I try to go ahead and take my initials and just let it ride. Because this, in all reality, this chart ain't bad, but it could be a lot more upwards. You know what I mean? The market wasn't the greatest during this, but could have been a lot more upwards. So if you would have took your profits and rode it, even if it would have came back down and went back up, and stayed up here and kind of leveled, you'd still be sitting good, and you're not really wasting or risking any of your money. So here's another broccoli. This was a copy of the first one, or actually when they first launched, there was a couple, 2-3 people that launched them all at one time. So this is the other one that came out. It's still sitting around 68 mil. This one's sitting around 90 mil. You know what I mean? So they're not too far off. But when you start looking at the beta plays, okay, we're at 673K, and we topped out at 1.2 mil. But the thing about the beta plays is, the first narrative, the initial narrative, like catching broccoli, is one that's a little bit harder. Okay, you're not sure if it's going to pump, but like in this case, you got a post from CZ with his dog. He gave his name. Of course, they're going to do pretty good. It would have been safe to just start jumping into all the broccolis at the time. I was actually sleeping when this came out. But if you go ahead and say get into baby broccoli, because it's a lot easier to catch that narrative. You already know what the narrative is. You already know that broccoli is soaring. Everybody's talking about broccoli. The broccoli coins are going to do pretty good. It's safe to get in. I'll go over a video of what I look for in charts and with projects on how to spot good projects. But if you get in and you spot, say baby broccoli here, this first dip, even at 190 thou, let's go ahead and ruler tool, 190 thou, you still would have got a 5x. Which is good. I mean, you throw a bean in that, and you're getting back 5. So you're throwing in 600, and you're making 3,000. It's definitely good gains. It's a lot more predictable than trying to catch the initial narrative. So the beta plays, I make a lot more money on my beta plays usually. So generally, that's kind of what I do as far as looking for crypto narratives, like on GMGN. I'll go into trending 24 hours. Sometimes you can even narrow it down. If things are flying and there's a lot going on, broccoli's a couple days old. Might not be doing too much anymore. Cut it down to an hour. Cut it down to 6 hours. Okay? We're going to go ahead and then you can look at those and you can be like, okay, go ahead and sort by volume, which is already sorted. Banana ran off. You know what I mean? You can kind of tell some of these other ones, broccoli still seems to be the popular narrative. But you can go ahead and tighten it up, especially if the market is really, really active and there's a lot going on. You're going to have a lot more narratives. You could have 2-3 narratives a day. You could have one narrative that lasts a week. You never really know. It just depends on people. All right, so let's go ahead and check out the OG Bullx Neo here. This is another really good platform for trading on BNB. I personally use GMGN, but this works good too. So with Bullx Neo, you can look at trending. There's 5 minute, all that. Of course, we're gonna go 24 hour. And what you're gonna find is a lot of these things, like see this one, we can't sort by volume. That's kind of what I hate. We can go to gainers, and that's probably gonna sort by volume for us for the most part. But yeah. Anyway, you can kind of do the same thing. You're just looking through. You're trying to find out what's going on as far as what is popping off and what is doing good. On this, like on BullX, for instance, here, we're not even seeing many of the broccolis that we were seeing on the other one. So let's go trending, check out trending. So 24 hours where it's going to be at, of course. Broccoli, cake. See, like, I don't want them, like, I would rather not see cake in here. Cake's a super mainstream token. A lot of people know about that. We really care less. Like, GMGN doesn't do that to us. Captain BNB still kicking. Let's see here. Yeah, see, just not as much. Not a huge, like, BullX fan, to be honest, but, you know, you can go ahead and go through the gainers, the trending. And this is under the Explore thing. And you can kind of go and look here and kind of see what's going on, but as you can tell from GMGN, it was a lot better looking over here. We'll go ahead and keep on going BullX. We'll go Solana. Now, Solana, I actually like using BullX for Solana. Like, you go Explore. I don't know why I'm clicking on Hypervision. That's what I normally do. Go Explore, you know, your 24, your 12 hours. Go ahead and sort by volume. Like Yoda, Odin, okay, bang. So these little cartoon things so far. Simple one words, easy, fine. There's another one. See, Frong, hold. It seems like some of these, like, especially like the fine little dude with the fire around him and stuff. Okay, it's probably referencing how the hold. It's probably referencing how the market is a lot. Cuck, fucking, yeah, you can kind of just look through and kind of see a little bit what the narrative is. It seems like okay, bang, fine, stuff like that might be popping off. Those would be ones that you'd want to go and look out for as something that, you know, fits in that narrative, and you can buy that right away and hope it goes up. As always, make sure you go through all the different things. I'll release a video soon about how to go ahead and find good projects, what to look for in projects that are scams is mainly what it is. But I'll go ahead and put that out soon. Maybe I'll record that here in a minute. But anyways, BullX, Neo, kind of the same thing. You know what I mean? We're looking through the 24-hour most volume. You know, there's not a whole bunch of going on. This seems like this simple cartoon character and one word things are kind of where it's at right now. Even like Mike. Axiom. Same kind of thing. We're under the Discover tab. And of course, CBO, there we go. Someone's buying in something. So, alright, so you got the Discover tab. You have actually Dex Screener and Trending. It's kind of nice, but once again, this is going to be kind of like BullX and GMGN. You can go on Dex Screener. You can go ahead and sort by volume. Okay. Crazy Frog, Jail Stool. We're kind of seeing, like, you know, a lot of everything versus just the newer stuff. Let's go ahead and 6 hour. Kimmy Grok, Jail Stool, Pay, Fog. So it looks like frogs might be a little bit of a thing going on here. Sat looks kind of like a Frognar thing. Duco. Those other ones ran for a while already. Flacco, another little frog thing. So it seems like frogs might be kind of a narrative going on too. So you can also go to trending, Dex Screener, and you can go to trending. This is the one thing I don't like about Axiom on this, is it only goes up to 1 hour. Not a huge fan of that. I wish it did go up a little further. This is good for finding like immediate narratives though. Lababoo or whatever the hell that is. And then Ipachu or whatever. These are kind of, might be some kind of like little fuzzy hamster narrative type thing going on. Frog thing's definitely a thing. Crazy Frog, Fog, Sat. Frog thing's definitely kind of a narrative. CZ Cat, that was something I actually did good, I think, on BNB. But so you want to be looking, you know, maybe for frog stuff right now. Seems to be kind of popular on Solana chain. But what you're like I was saying, mainly what you want to look for, like a lot when you're going to first spot this narrative, it's most likely going to be on here, on your actual tracker, on Pulse, on what do they call it, Hyper, whatever the hell it is, Hypervision. So most likely you're going to find it on here. You're going to go ahead and notice, hey, Grok 3 migrated, and it's taken off. And then you're going to see Grok 4, Grok 17, Grok 360. You know, you're going to go ahead and see all these different Grok tokens take off. Grok, new Grok mascot. You know, Grok 3 win. Okay, I guess I could have just been like naming them off instead of making them up. But so like these ones are ones that have a good likelihood to go ahead and actually run. Not near as hard as Grok, the original one, you know what I mean, but have a good possibility to run and make you some good money. I've been really stepping away from Solana right now. Spent a lot of time over on BNB, and I'm going to make a lot more videos on BNB. But yeah, that's for the most part how to go ahead and spot narratives, how to try to go ahead and spot them early. Like I said, spotting them early is going to be a lot of, like, for me, I go BNB and I spend a lot of time in trending. That's kind of where I hang out. There's a little meme section where you can kind of do the same thing like NeoVision or whatever the hell it is. But I spend a lot of time in trending. So, I mean, you're going to go ahead and start seeing them. Like in my case, I would see, you know, say, what's something that went decent? BNXBT, and then BNBXBT, and then I know that, you know, AIXBT and all these other ones are most likely going to go ahead and run too. So you just basically follow the narrative, cash in on the narrative, and extract, you know, money from the market. I'll be coming out with more videos soon. I'll probably go ahead and record them over the next few days. I'm also going to be doing a lot more shorts and stuff like that. And I want you guys to go ahead and comment below. Let me know if I should go ahead and stream trading, or if I should just go ahead and stick to videos. Check the links below. They're going to go ahead and have the links to all the different platforms that I've been showing you, as well as some other ones. Yeah, trade safely, like, subscribe, and let me know if you want me to start streaming. Safe trading.